All right, let's go and get started here. And already my network is being a friggin' nightmare. It did really good yesterday. Why it's so inconsistent, I don't know, but hopefully it's not lagging horribly. Good to see you though, Animation Overload. Hope you're doing well. So we're back with this. Yesterday we finished this little clip of animation. So now what I want to do is I actually want to figure out, I'm gonna kind of tie this pose down a bit. I say tie down, I'm more just like emphasize the line work, because chances are this is going to be the final line work, because I don't feel like doing cleanup. Nice thing is that the pencil has been adjusted appropriately so that it's a little bit more solid. Will help. So I'm not crazy about this arm. I always do kind of these funny things with the geometry of certain limbs and stuff like that for straight ahead and whatnot, where I get really cramped with the design. I need to figure out the shapes better. I'm gonna kill my internet. That's so frustrating. One day it is perfectly fine, the next it's like totally inconsistent. Hey, good to see you there, Maji. I'm glad you were able to stop by, even if it's just for a little bit. Hope you're having a good one. That is gonna look kind of awkward. Hey, what's up, Shaker? It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. Come on. Hopefully my mic's working. It is. Okay, good. Do you smell animation? Indeed, you smell animation. It smells like Cartoon Planet. There's an old school one for you. Who can name that reference? Actually, sadly, that's kind of relevant because the guy who voiced Space Ghost in both Cartoon Planet and Coast to Coast passed away recently. Very unfortunate. But yeah, no, I've been really enjoying getting back into animating. And the comic as well, actually, funny enough. It is going to look awkward because it's going to suddenly the line works are going to get all bold. Whole lot of hola, Wrangler. What do say? Glad to have you back around. So after this, here's what I'm thinking. So I have a couple more things I need to animate on this character. Kind of superfluous, sort of. Not superfluous, but additional little things. Auxiliary, if you will. Because he actually has... Let me bring this back over. He has this wing here. So I'm going to actually animate the wing. And I'll probably kind of feel it out with a rough, and then go back in and fully apply it. Think he skipped leg day? Yeah. He kind of scrawny. But that okay, he tried. Someone get this boy a sandwich. Fun fact, though, that actually wouldn't do him any good because he can't eat. He don't got no mouth. Or stomach, actually, come to think of it. Nope, he doesn't eat. At least not like normal human food. I'm still trying to kind of figure that out because I want to make it so that it's like where he comes from they eat dreams or something like that, but I'm not sure yet, actually. He does have a connection to dreams, at least. And it's not so much eat, right, in the kind of traditional idea. I wonder if I could just... I probably can just, like, emphasize the, no digestive system? Yeah, no digestive system. This, his body, like, this is his body, essentially, right? He has a... It's like, kind of like potato sack, you know? But that, what is that called? That's not rut sack. It's that really coarse... What's it called? I can't remember, but you know what I'm talking about. But that's his literal body, essentially, right? And so he's full of sand and smoke. That's all he has. Daily, that's, I don't know about daily, but yeah, I mean, that's more or less kind of how it works. Burlap, that's it, Wrangler, thank you. But yeah, it's kind of like this burlap. But that's his actual body. So like, essentially all of these like pieces that he has, including his like his wing and whatnot, that's all like what makes up his body, and they're all these different pieces. Okay. I need to make a new layer. I'm gonna call this Worker. Rough. I'll just call it. Hood. Well, I haven't really drawn anything yet, funny enough. I just kind of went over over that. But I do really like how the animation came out for this. That hang in the air is like super important, right? You want that just like that pop, right? That's where the life really comes into play. Okay, so essentially, what we're kind of dealing with here, and actually I'm gonna make a blank frame here just to make it easier to switch, even though I have it written down. But essentially what we're doing here is, and actually I'm gonna, so red usually is my active color. That's what I'm actively working on. And the idea is that when it's sort of finished, I'll be able to blend the frames together. And it should just kind of essentially become one layer. But the nice thing is now I can actually draw through, which is really useful. And then I don't have to worry about, you know, erasing stuff or what have you. I'm gonna need a lot more frames than that. Oh, hold on. Timeline. What is it? Animation. Edit track. Rename and order. There we go. Got it. Oh, you gotta get going? All right, Machi. Thank you so much for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Have a good one. So now what we're thinking is he popped up, and now, so this little doohickey here is gonna keep going up, basically. What happened to his other horn thingy? So that is his other horn actually just fell out because his new horns are going to be growing in, so they're kind of like baby teeth. The other one won't start growing in until this one falls out. Did he lose it in the war? No, but he did lose one of his wings, and he's not supposed to lose those. We're gonna have to really feel this out here. I actually want this further over this way. Maybe not that far, actually. Yeah. Okay, so now this is where it gets interesting. The nice thing is it shouldn't take too long to do this. Once I get the feel of it right. I actually think that it would be hidden behind this arm, actually. Hey, what's up, Demon? Good to see you. I almost want to bring this in more. And the reason is because what I'm thinking is I want this ball to look like it's following a proper arc. So arcs are really important, right? Especially for like very pendulum oriented objects like the little I think it's a bell actually at the end of his hood. You know, it has this weight. It's going to cause it to swing. So I have to keep in mind the length of the I'm not sure on this one. Actually, I want it to move this way. I don't know, you get a closer look, you won't be saying baby face with how rough my skin is. But yes, I did shave. And as with the same story that I've told before, my shaver is now sitting taken apart with the battery detached over on my workbench because it started shorting out and wouldn't stop turning on. So that might be the last shave that razor gives me, beard trimmer, whatever it is. I actually think that that's too big. Oh, I shave every like when the beard starts to get annoying. I always shave, so. So it was beginning to bother me. I was like, time to shave. Everything which should be way more fun. Nice. Right on. I remember you mentioning working on that. So it's good to hear that you're making good progress. Okay. I don't know if it would be that fast. It'd be a little bit floaty. Not quite that long. Come on. The arc on that might be off. We'll have to see because it just kind of drops down straight, but yeah, it might work. Yeah, let's see. Might have to adjust it. More like there. Actually, okay. Now I don't mind it being a little bit long because again that's kind of some nice stretch, but I need to be careful about that, especially when it comes to settles, because Otherwise, it can start to change volume, which is not what we want. I actually want to... I don't want it to stop so suddenly, so I'm actually going to have it arc into over here. Up. Voice acting has still been hard to come by. Yeah, no, that's one of the hardest parts. Now you know why I always just did like basically the equivalent of silent films. Funny enough, though, my first short film is the only one I've done with voices. And it was with my voice. I did it with my voice. One, two, we want it to go a little bit further. And I need to know where the next set of movement comes into play. Not for a while, so it should settle by then, which is good. Hey, welcome, Billy. Good to see you. This is where it gets tricky, the really hard parts. So I'll let you in on a little secret here, guys. The hardest things in animation aren't necessarily the really flashy stuff. All right there, Demon. Have a good one. It's kind of like music. The things that are actually more challenging to do tend to be the more subtle things. So let's see if one more would be appropriate before turning it around and having it settle back here. because it's real easy to get subtlety wrong. You can kind of get away with like really flashy stuff. I don't really know how I feel about that. I actually want to bring it in just a bit. So it'd be about here, which means we want the next one to be about here. See, I made a mistake here. I put it too low. It's not supposed to be that low. Try that. And I gotta change this. Put it a little higher up. That way we're not getting tangents as much. Gotta watch those tangents. They'll get you. That seems kind of slow. It both is and isn't. Now let me go on the tangent. No. You're not allowed. All right, well, let me keep going. It's looking all right, but I need to have it really slow here. We want it to be very subtle. That's not right. I actually am going to mark where the next change in frame is for this. We have lots of room, but right here. There we go. So I'm gonna try to have it settle. Where is it at? Okay. And I'm actually gonna, just to kind of speed up my own thought process here. I actually have an idea. Well, no, that wouldn't work actually. That's not right, dang it. You notice how it just kind of bounces back? That's not what we want. I mean, this hood is a little stiff, but not that stiff. Let me see if I can locate that. Yeah, right here. That's not right. Although I might be able to just... kinda... not have it go as far. I'm actually gonna say it goes like here. It's furthest arc. Try that. That's better, but it still drops too fast, so I need to... This one's not right. I think I got it. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. A little bit better. Yeah. That'll do. Come on. It's not ideal. Lineup. Yeah. am gonna kill my internet. I swear. Okay, let's take a look at it. That's not bad. Could be a little bit better, but that's all right. All right, and now if we take it and oops. So we'll have to kind of clean up the line work, but we have a oh, it's right on 1. Oh, that's going to be interesting. But it shouldn't be a big deal. Alright, let me go back to this frame and see if I can't clean this up and get it to blend a little bit. Actually, I never tried this method out. Then again, it's kind of an unorthodox method to begin with because I am essentially ignoring cleanup. But it does work for the most part, so... We have some wander here, which isn't the best. I might clean that up a bit. But for now, we are going on to his wing. And this will be kind of tricky. Because his wing is always tricky. I got a license for that drawing? I am not in Englando. I don't need no license. Pull a Ron Swanson, pull out a piece of paper, says I can do what I want. I can draw what I want. Oh. Gonna need to see that paper. And actually, I'm gonna do draw through for now. Now, the hardest part about his wing isn't necessarily drawing it or anything like that. It's the fact that it screws with the silhouette by quite a bit. So I want to think about where the wing is. It's not that long, actually. Which includes this one as well. But I essentially want this sort of display of his wing to be sort of seem kind of instinctual. Actually, I might. I actually want to push this further down. Essentially really flapping it. Hello, Soapy. Hope you're doing good. Hope your break's going good. I'm actually animating for once in a long time. I'm thinking about this as a... Sure, they'll only be for a minute. That's all right. I appreciate you stopping by regardless. Yeah, it's coming along. And I'll have to figure out how that wing will have to... Well, you know what? Hold on, I have an idea. Gotta get your daily dose of easing anticipation. Oh yeah. Funny enough, I was just doing that on the hood there. You could see it all flippity flopping around. So got lots of practicing on easing there. I wish I could animate something like this in a day. Oh my word, that would be awesome. I actually have been pretty happy with how quickly it's going, though, honestly. I want it to really stretch. Or we just really... I'm not, you know, I do very specific styles of, smears. I should try out, like, a different style of smear. I don't tend to do the, like, speed line style that you see a lot of times in, like, Eastern animation. Or stick fighting. Either or. Maybe that's... let's just focus on the lymph now. Internet? Whoops. What did I do? You guys looked at the wrong thing. Let's... I gotta think about how the wing like folds out and then folds back in. So put down here. Need more shorts animated? Yeah, I know. Funny enough, I'm sitting on two. One I need to just animate, the other one I think I just need to release, honestly. So I need to be better about that. That's gonna screw up the silhouette, but whatever. That I've made. Actually, technically speaking, I can have him have his wing further back, like that. It's actually, this is kind of small, actually. Technically, this will be covered up like completely, so it won't like, super matter. But for the sake of an understanding of the movement, that being said, I actually want to move this up closer because right now it's a little far, which means it's not easing properly. We have too much of a ladder going on here. We don't like ladders in animation. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, basically if you think about spacing, right? Let's think about a ball dropping. If we evenly space it, it's not going to look right. And if you were to mark the spacing of that ball dropping, then it'll be evenly spaced like a ladder. And you typically want to avoid that. There are instances where that's appropriate. Good example would be like if you're animating a car going slightly faster than the camera, right? It's not accelerating faster, it's not decelerating faster than the camera, or to become slower than the camera. It's just simply going faster than the camera, then you would draw it evenly spaced. But in most instances, you are wanting to to avoid even spacing. And that'll be erased, so that won't be a big deal. I want him to bind his wing up really tight. And maybe a nice subtle frame. Dang, I've already been going for an hour. Man, time flies when you're animating. Honestly, I want to make more animated shorts as well, because I think that that would do really good. That's sort of what I'm doing with this. Although this isn't going to be, you know, vertical format, unfortunately. There is I do have an idea for a short animated vertical format thing, but I should probably do more, honestly. I do like that. I think the movement's good. I'm actually gonna go like really extreme with it. No, truth be told, I just thought. Oh, I just thought. Yeah, no, I want to do everything under this. Yeah, okay. Never mind. I was thinking if I separate the color, so have like a color layer under this one, have a color layer under this layer, and so on and so forth. Hey, what's up? Thank you there, Blue. I appreciate it. But essentially I was thinking I could like get away with like layering, but the problem is that the hood, like this part of the hood, this trailing end, right, that I animated earlier, is part of the same head. So like if I were coloring it, I could potentially cover the line work, and I don't want to do that. So never mind. I can maybe make it work, but it would be too much of a headache. It's better to just let me hold on. I'm gonna actually turn the opacity on this down so that I can better see the wing. That works. I'm not the best at those types of smear frames. Getting the look right is definitely challenging. I'm wondering if... Oh, come on. I don't do that. Come on. Oh, not the hood. Dang it. This layer. There we go. I wonder if it would be better to go like more subtle and then have these like big spikes of movement like that. Hold on. That actually might be the key. Not so even. There we go. That has a bit more shape to it. And I think it'll actually... And contrast. The key is always contrast. Always contrast. I think that works. It doesn't have to... I actually don't want it to be too, like... exaggerated, you know? I don't want it to, like, take over the, all the other motion. It doesn't help that the... I need to turn off the... turn this off, because honestly that's not really necessary now. Turn that back up. There we go. That'll probably help it read. There we go. I love the thought of like, so I have this little where is he? Yeah, this little guy up here that I drew for the heck of it. I love the thought of like every time this flashes on screen, an animator being like, "Oh, hey, is that a chart?" And then checking it and just seeing this derpy little face. Because typically, what an animator will do is they'll have their what's called their chart on the screen, and basically all a chart is you take your keys, right? So you have your let's see, say this is frame 12 to frame, I don't know, 17 or 18 or something like that, right? And then you have the frames that are in between, whatever that might be. So if it's 12 to 18, that means that there's going to be 4 on 2 in between, you know. So 14. Never mind. I'm dumb. I can't math. Actually, let's do that properly. 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16. I can't math again, but anyway, so what you have is, you know, I talked about the ladder before. Basically, let's say, you know, this is a keyframe and this is a keyframe. Keyframes are always circled when you're doing it traditionally, especially. And basically, I talked about the ladder earlier, where you don't want your spacing to be even, and right now the spacing is entirely even, basically, at a glance. So we don't want that, right? So the key is, you know, you typically want some easing to your frames. And let's say something like that. So this would become 8 into 10. Then this goes into 12. And then this goes all the way down to 14. And you have 16 as the end. And maybe, you know, actually, you make this 18 and make this 16. That way there's a little bit extra easing, right? That's what that's for, so that you can like kind of visualize your spacing. Does not improve my math skills. I should know this better, honestly. But basically, this is a chart. So every time, if you ever go out and watch like pencil tests by like really good animators, like freaking, you know, if we're talking old school, like Milk Call or Richard Williams, or a little bit more modern James Baxter, or Glenn Keane, or I don't know, anyone who really does traditional animation, honestly. If you're looking at their pencil test, chances are you'll see one of these, and all of this is or sirloin, what's his name? Sirloin Burger? Can't remember. Very good animator though. Has charts all over the place. And that's all. That's basically what this is. It's from frame 6 to frame 18. This is the spacing that I want to do. Personally, I never really felt the need to do this. I don't know. I've just not really exercised that muscle. I don't know if I should or not, honestly. I'm usually pretty happy with my motion. I never feel like, oh, I wish I had thought it out a little bit better. I mean, I guess in certain regards, but I'm not really sure if a chart would have ultimately like helped me in the end, but maybe. I don't know. Yeah, that's charts for you. People usually get really hung up on them, and it's because they're overthinking them. The other thing that charts are good at showing is a little bit more of an abstract concept. Because let's say we have, again, 6 to 16, or let's do 6 to 12. And then let's say, like, this is our breakdown. And let's say 6, 8, 10. Okay, so once again, my math skills. And let's say we have this, right? You might see a shape like this. And basically what this is this is signifying what's called working on a third, not a 3, mind you, not working on a 3, because this is still 2s technically, right? Because we have every 2. But basically what this is, you know, going from the first keyframe to the breakdown frame, which a breakdown frame is basically the in-between frame that basically is going to tell you how the motion is going to go, essentially. Like, it's a super important in-between, basically. It's like the in-between that's going to, like, dictate how it's going to happen, basically, right? And basically what this signifies is that you're working on thirds. So what you're going to do is you're going to be thinking about your spacing with 2 frames in between really important frames, right? You're in-betweening a third of the space in your mind rather than like what might be like a half. So instead, if it were 1 frame in between, like if we were going from 6 to 10 and the in-between frame was then 8, then that's a half. And halves are a lot easier to think on because you don't have to like spatially be considering splitting something into thirds rather than halves. So really what charts were designed for was you would have an assistant to the animator, right? To the keyframe animator, right? The keyframe animators were usually the more the like senior staff, right? Because keyframes are really important. In-betweens you can get away with being kind of loose and fast. But keyframes, it's really important that you nail those. Those are going to be the frames that really sell, you know, impact actions. What you're going to land on is what you're going to like. The people are going to really see, right? So usually it's a like senior member working on keyframes, and then an assistant comes in and helps to do in-betweens and handles all that. So what you do as a keyframe animator is you want to make sure that your assistant knows exactly what you're thinking. And that's where charts come into play. So if you do like a handful of keyframes and then pass it off to an assistant, they can look at the chart and go, okay, I know what the intended spacing is, basically, right? And that's where, you know, the expertise of the senior animator comes into play, where it's like, yeah, I know exactly what I'm going for. Here's what I'm going to show you in some representational manner what you need to be considering when you're doing the in-between. So that you're not just like stacking the ladder, as it were, or whatever, you know, heinous sins you can do as an in-betweener. But yeah, so that's the use. That's the original use of charts. But typically nowadays, unless you're working in a very traditional environment, like say Japan or South Korea, where they still do paper animation most of the time for the roughs, you don't typically pass your charts on to another assistant artist. Holy cow, it is foggy outside right now. Wow, that's pretty cool. This is a squeaky chair. I gotta get some like grease on it or something. All right, that's it for that playlist. That was Dub Mood. The specific playlist was Live at Cafe 44, Stockholm. I'm telling you, man, friggin' like Scandinavia is where all the good chiptune artists are. Specifically Sweden. Like Sweden has so many good chiptune artists. It's crazy. Dub Mood specifically is I think French, but still there is quite the scene in that area. Jumping where? Jumping here? Like you're taking off? Have yourself a good one if you're taking off. We'll just do more Krellas. 24/7 shipping. Sounds good. I'll definitely still be going, that's for sure. I'm enjoying myself too much. It's getting close to 6. Which might mean I might switch gears. I don't know. I'm having so much fun doggone it. Oh. Gotta sell the joke a little better than that. Gotta try to write out a New Yorker accent. Which he most definitely does not have as a character. He might be from a cold, dark place, but that does not happen to be New York in this instance. I do quite like that movie, actually. Tired today? Yeah, I'm a little tired myself. Although I don't know, when I'm doing stuff like this, man, I sleep so much better. Too much work to type all that down. Yeah, if you're not gonna go full send on a... I can't... Who is the original act? Everyone quotes that, but I don't hardly know if anyone knows what that's from. Heck, I don't even remember the name of the movie. I've never actually seen the movie. But he's a really famous actor. Or rather, he was. I don't remember. Yeah, I'm curious. Go for it. It's always actually interesting to find out where things come from rather than just mindlessly quote them. Which is all too easy to do in this game. 1969 movie called Midnight Cow. That's right. Yeah, because it's about a I think it's an investigation or something like that. This guy from the country comes to New York. Something like, I can't remember. Dustin Hoffman. That's it. Yeah. Oh, it is a nuke. Nuke for Prez. Hello, President. It is good to see you again. Trying to think of what else Dustin Hoffman was in. I know, like, it's one of those names there. It's like, ah, yes, I know that name. And then you think about it and you're like, what was he in? Who in the world is this? This is good. Oh, my boy. That's going on the list. Our Lights is the name of the song. I actually like how out of the way the wing gets as I do this. As he kind of wraps it up like that. It's quite tucked away now. I totally know this band. Oh yeah, Anamaguchi, of course. I don't listen to a lot of Anamaguchi. I know that Anamaguchi was one of the big names that made chiptune slightly mainstream with the work on what's it called? Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the video game. El Presidente. Okay, let's see what this looks like. And we're going to go ahead and just turn it on. Not that. What the heck? There we go. Oh, doggone it. What? Every single one's individually done? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That's dumb. Okay, 1 second. I don't know how that happened. Must have accidentally selected them. Wait, hold on. Can I select them all? Maybe I can select them all. Nope, I sure can't. That's dumb. I don't know how that happened. Not a big deal, though. Yeah, I'm always kind of worried about this wing being a little like imposing on the design and whatnot, but I think if he's able to like really tuck it away like that, then it's not that big of a deal. 1,000 pouches and steps. No, line economy, Billy. Line economy. And horns and spikes. He already has a horn. And a wing. He's already tricked out. And a little bell that goes ding-a-ling. Strapped. No. He already got, like, wraps around his arms anyway. So. And more. No. I'm not gonna butcher a design. And the beard metal stubble. No, no, no. All right. So here's what we have in store. Oh, that's done. We have the next step, which should be a lot more simple. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over here. Okay. So we have some movement here. And then we have this. And ask someone to animate it? No. That's cruel and unusual punishment, I'll have you know. Move into this. So the next step should be fairly simple because there's no real rotation happening or anything like that. I'd probably just keep animating straight ahead. Because why not? But how is it? It's almost 6. means I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to something a little different. Be back if I'm streaming later. Well, I definitely will be for at least the next couple hours. Not the next 3 hours or so. I intended to start the stream earlier, but that didn't happen. But whatever, that's all right. But I will be right back myself. I'm gonna get some water, so I'll be right back. All right. See what we can get done. Let me do a little bit of warm up as well. Chrome. Let's do a rough pencil. And I need to think about the hair. I think I had to figured her hair out by now, but generally speaking, I really haven't. All right. Hey, what's up, Asher? It's been a little while. Hope you've been well. Her arm's a little big, but generally speaking, there's a lot kind of off about this, but that's all right. Hand. That's better. Still not exactly what I would call on model, but she looks like blind, at least. So got that going for me. All right. I'm gonna try sitting a little ways away. I can get a good view of the outside while I'm working. Actually, better view of the outside. There we go. Did I get my sleeve off here? Okay, what's up, story time? Yeah, it's funny. I used to be able to, or used to dream about being able to do something as simple as this. Now it's like not even second thought at this point. Funny how that works. There we go. All right. I think I'm nice and warmed up. Okay. So, I want to do the background first. The way I want to do the background is I actually want to grab a figure ruler. And of course it's on thumbs. I don't want it on thumbs, I want it on line work 1. That. Up a touch. I'm actually going to re-sketch her pose. But first, that, and then file, import 3D data. We want stairs. Oops. Sideways. Stretch it. Well, the only problem is something like that. Something like that. Yeah, let's try that. Dang it. Tangents. Curse you, tangents. We're just gonna kind of bend the rules of physics there. I'm actually gonna delete this thing. Then I'm going to figure out how I'm gonna do stairs touch. Gonna call it a night? Alright, Wrangler, you have a good one, man. I appreciate you stopping by. You take care, man. Sure. We're kind of getting abstract with it anyway, so. Okay. Part of me wants to just kind of go for it with this pose. Maybe like exaggerate certain things. Maybe bring the head forward a touch. Have the arm. Okay, yeah, there's too many things I want to do. Okay, so sketch layer on wheel pencil. Go ahead and Move this back. Oops, that's not what I want. I don't want real pencil. I want tilt pencil. Which I've been slowly learning how to use more and more. Hold on, I gotta. There we go. Okay. Okay. So here's what we want to do. I actually gotta turn off landmark 1, make this easier on myself. See. Whoa, OBS, what is wrong with you? I swear, man. OBS is like a barely functioning program, like 90% of the time. It's crazy. I'm like really pushing poses, man. Like I'm like doing some crazy stuff here. I do not typically do stuff like this. But in this instance, I feel like it works because it's like just this manic, like, desperation kind of thing. I wanted to kind of reflect that. This arm's like really weird and detached. I don't like it. Really like that thought. Breaking the panel there. Okay, I gotta get rid of this. You know, one thing I think that's wrong is that the size of the arm isn't right. Because the reason this arm's so short is because of foreshortening, but that's not going to be happening on this arm. Essentially, I want her like arm to look like it's on the wall. Actually, if that's the case, I might actually want more like something like this, actually. Nah, that's not right. And I'm really trying to push these poses and I'm having a hard time doing it. I think I need to hit the old figure drawing courses again. By courses, I mean just doing it. Can never do enough figure drawing, that's for sure. Really don't like this arm. This arm is always one thing. Though the rest of the pose is fine. Even like, I mean, this is a little scuffed, but like it works. I may actually size the arm. That's better. Hey, hold on. I think that's as good as I'm gonna get it. If that works. Leg might not be in the right spot, but think about that a bit. Honestly, this leg actually isn't necessary then. Because it's going to be outside of the... All right, let's go ahead and give it a shot here. Line work 2, we want rough pencil. We're gonna go in and we're gonna start inking. And sometimes I wish that this chair backing wasn't as wide as it was, because it kind of doesn't give the freedom of my arm that I would like. I mean, I suppose we can just chop it off. Nah, I wouldn't do that. Ruin the chair, probably. Yeah, I like how this panel's coming out actually. A lot more interesting than the previous version, so that's good. Okay. Now I gotta do the hair. Hey, what's up, James? Right when I was thinking things have really quieted down. $702. Now what else have we got? Oh, I got that panel, bro. Maybe I'll hold off on that panel. Oh shoot, I forgot to do the one on this side. But oh man, this page. Boy, oh boy, this page. Come on, internet, you stupid. That's so annoying. That's all covered up, so the only one I need to do is this one. Now this sounds like Pilot Red Sun, but it's not. It's Lateralis Lighthouses. Oh yeah. That should be enough. All right. We got that panel done. Now we have this one to do. Dude, what all is in here? More reference of her, more reference of her. Page reference, more page reference. That painting I did a long time ago now. Here we are. Okay. So question of the day. Actually, I need to hold on. How do I depict his arms? As just arms. Okay. Okay. I think I can do this one. The composition on this one's fine, I think. So, I'm gonna give it a shot here. See what I can do, like kind of freehand. And his is upside down. Oops, his symbol, that is symbolic in things. Actually does sort of have meaning. Kind of. More just representative. And actually kind of like deeper meaning. Actually, I'm not happy with that size. I want it to be a touch bigger. See how much I can get done here. I don't know. Maybe I'll the whole panel done. I think it's actually the panel right here. So yeah, there is. But this is so far away that it's far enough away that it do that. And the knife will be flipped around. But now let's think about the head. I want him to look almost like no thought anything. across just like so. Others. Got some kind of ornamental kind of design. I don't even realize. Not entirely sure headpiece here. That. Really, that is tucked behind you. Oh man. Oh, interesting. So I can see it all. That's cool. Oh. Um. Okay. Making progress on this. Okay. So you've been going for about 3.5 hours. Not bad. Might actually call a little early. I'm just realizing it's getting real dark. Ugh. Could keep going with her. Part of me wants to do a little bit more extra work with her though. But I did get a panel and a half done, which is better than I've gotten previously. So this page is coming along. It'll be done hopefully sooner than later. I think it's already Thursday. It's wild. I think I'm gonna go and call it tonight. We got a good amount done. We got a bit done with the animation. We got a bit more done on the comic, so that makes me happy. So yeah. With all that being said, thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it when you do. Apologies for the annoyance of the dropped frames and such. That's really frustrating because it was perfect yesterday. Not a single dropped frame yesterday, and yet here we are, of course. Despite that, though, I hope you guys enjoyed. I will hopefully be back tomorrow, although I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll need to see about some stuff. Might be a short stream, might not stream at all, but hopefully we'll see. Not sure. All that being said, I will see you guys next time. If not tomorrow, then next week for sure. I don't know. I might try to stream on Monday. I don't know. It depends on what's going on. So, otherwise, I will catch you guys at some point, I'm sure. Feel free to subscribe if you want to keep up with stuff. I'm getting really close to 200, which I really appreciate everyone who stopped by and subscribed so far. That's kind of crazy. So, anyway, I'll catch you all later. Have a good one. Goodbye.